So now we've come to the highlight of our show this evening with our wonderful leader panel. You are in for such a treat tonight because with us in the studio for a selling masterclass, an absolute masterclass, we have our Founders Platinum, Yenty McCoy. Welcome, Yenty. Our Founders Platinum, Abigail Zwaro. Welcome. And just on Sapphire.
Yes.
Woo! And our new Emerald, Jason Zeng. Welcome, Jason.
Thank you.
So I'm going to hand over to Sean to host the panel.
Thank you, Andy. And first of all, I just want to say good evening to everybody who's joined us this evening. We have a tremendous panel lined up for us tonight. And I know many of you would have had the opportunity to meet them at our recent Artistry Studio launch. But I'm delighted because I've got them here for you to give you some great tips how to grow your business and to take your business to the next stage. And it's a really dynamic and powerful panel that we have. And my first question, just so everybody knows, what you've achieved over the years, just tell us when you started with Amway and, what inspired you to start with Amway and which products, really captured your imagination from a business point of view. Yenty, I would love to start with yourself.
Okay, I'm Yenty McCoy, and I joined the business some years ago for the products, and I just love the artistry products because I had a story with my skincare, and my pin level is Founders Platinum going Diamond.
Fantastic, thank you, Yenty. Welcome. Thanks for taking the time to be with us this evening.
Thank you.
And Abigail.
Yes, Abigail Jairo here. I joined the business in 2005, which was amazing. My current pin level at the moment is we are Pearl and Founder Sapphire going Diamond. My favorite product is Double X and of a Newtlight brand. That's my favorite product.
Okay, and Jason?
Fantastic. Hi, really privileged to be here. My name is Jason. Why I started the business, I think I need to be my own boss, and I professionally start my Amway business in 2012, and now currently achieve emerald level in the business, and loving it. Favorite products, we love a lot of product, but we focus in eSprint and iCook range itself.
Okay, well, good. Thank you
Fantastic,
for joining us, Jason and Abigail. One thing that Amway have is a wide spectrum of products. Why is it you like in particular promoting Nutrilite, Abigail? What is it about the Nutrilite range that you focus on, and where do you find it offers your customers and your team value?
The reason why I focus on Nutrilite is because of the nutrition gap in our community at the moment. As you always seen in Amway catalog, they've done a research on the World Health Organization about 5 a day. So not meeting the 5 a day, that means Nutrilite is covering that gap. So when I'm in my community, not only my clients or my friends and family, it's always like, are you meeting the gap? Are you closing the gap? Like we always make mind the gap on the YouTube, on the tube. So we're always saying, are you minding the gap? So it's become a talk or a way of prospecting or a way of bringing new, in an exciting way where you're not imitating your client or your family. Are you closing the gap? Then they'll think it's YouTube gap. It's the train when you are mind the gap. So we have to mind the gap of our own nutrition needs. That's why for me, Nutrilite, it's kind of, there's no other way but to close the nutrition gap.
And do you find that's what you do when communicating with prospective clients? You speak to them about closing that nutritional gap?
Yes.
Okay.
Yes,
okay.
Because 75% of the world population is not closing the gap. And it's now with Double X, 22 fruits and veg in it, we've already closed more than the gap. We've gone far beyond than 5 to 9 servings. We're getting 22, which is easy for us to close that gap now.
Yes, yes. I can see the passion when you're speaking about the product, you know.
Yes,
and
yeah. Because without the passion, without you being passionate about what you are doing, there's no point of doing it. You know, you've got to love what you are doing, and that's what I love. What I'm doing, I love connecting people through Nutrilite, and you've got to be passionate about it. That's how it will work for most people.
Yes.
Is using the passion.
Yes. Thank you, Abigail. And Yenti, I know you are extremely passionate about artistry and skincare and our makeup range. How do you speak to people about our products, and how do you show people that we are different to what's available in the marketplace?
Well, we definitely are the top 5 in the premium range. That is without compromising. But for myself is that I have a story to tell, because I used the artistry products a long time ago, over 30 years I would care to mention. And I used to have a lot of problems with my skin. People said to me today, and says, I don't believe you. Show me your photographs of when you have problems with your skin. What kind of problems? I have acne, I have pigmentation, all kinds of things. And so artistry solved the problems. So that is a big story to tell. So that's how I connect. And it is very simple, because when you have a story to tell, people like hearing the testimonies, the truth, and it is fun to be staying beautiful.
It's great.
Absolutely. And you mentioned something there, which was when you connect with people. Could you give us maybe some tips on how you connect with people and introducing artistry or any of the Amway products to people who may not be familiar with Amway?
Well, I would focus on artistry tonight. Other things is really same principle of connecting and telling people about the products. But first of all, I think it really the fundamental point has to be that you are convinced and confident that you are using the best. And then I'm passionate about it, and I know about it because I studied it. And I've used it, and without any compromises. I'm 100% user from top to tail, so I can speak with confidence. I think that's how you promote it, and any of our products really, when you have used it. And you are, with artistry, I believe that you have to be groomed, and you have to be a walking advert of your products. Then it's very convincing. Mm-hmm. And people will now, with myself, is that people ask me, so you are quite old, right? Well, really? Don't say that. Okay. I said, no, but then you have 5 grandchildren, right? I said, well, yes. But anyway, I said, if I could be looking like your skin, I'll be very pleased. Mm. Really? You serious? And well, I've got my diary here with me, so we can book a time, and then we can let you try some. That's how I actually book it.
Very good, and some great tips there, and I hope you're all taking some tremendous notes. I heard a few things, which was you always have your diary with you, so that when you are speaking with people, you can book a follow-up time. And also you mentioned about being passionate about the product and learning about the product and using the product. And that gives you, shall we say, the confidence to go out and speak to people without any concerns, and with great passion and focus. So great tips there. And I would like to now get some more tips from this handsome man who's joined me at the end. He's been waiting patiently. Jason, I know you're very passionate about iCook and eSpring. And generally speaking, these are more of our high ticket items that we have tremendous value in terms of what's available in the marketplace. But how do you talk to people about the benefits of iCook and eSpring? And what do you focus on?
I actually, when I started that business and kick off to my business, I think why I choosing these two product range. Number one, I think I can make loads of money out of it, and so that's a key motivation when I learn about the advantage or benefit of the two system, Eastspring water treatment system and also iCook cookware system. And I found that easier to connect people, like Yanti mentioned that. Who doesn't like to eat great food, delicious food everywhere? I mean, and that is how I connect with people and talk to them with the benefit. So they connected, and from time to time they're asking, how do you do different dishes, and how do you make this so simple? And for me, it's easy. And when they taste the food, they place the order, and that's how I really enjoy the process of sharing. I'm not actually cook for them, and I show them how to use the pot, and I show them how to cook their own food through the system, and they love it, and because they cook their own food, make it so simple, so they buy it after that. I mean, without me personally convincing them. I think it's fun as well. I mean, like everyone together with a community, and even though on social media nowadays, people look at, wow, what do you do cool? Stranger ask me all the time, and that make life so simple and business so easy. Yeah.
Wow.
So you let the flavors come out of their own cooking, so they can taste the difference between using their own pots at home and our iCook pots.
Yeah.
Fantastic. That is very, very good. And what do you think is the differentiator between our products and other products that are on the market? What makes our products, from your point of view, and I know you're really successful with iCook, what do you focus on as those key differentiating components of our products?
Okay. There's a lot of selling tips on today. Basically, the competitive edge, we always need to know what the market can't do and iCook can do, and our product can, they can't buy the benefit from our cooking system. I focus on number one, save money. Right, my cooking bill is actually £5 per month. Gas bill, £5 per month. That's how I've been using our iCook system. Save money. People will ask, "Wow, how do you save that money for?" And so this is number one selling point: save money. And second thing is simple. You can't buy a pot with the oven features. And I cook garlic bread for 5 minutes, pizza for 10 minutes. And you have to do it in oven for half an hour for pizza, garlic bread for God knows how many minutes. But for me, when my children, I'm father of 4, when my children come back from school, I can quickly 5 minutes, 10 minutes prepare the food for them. So easy, and that's the second one, easy, simple work. To cook with the pot. And even my children, 12 years old, 10 years old, they can cook the food by themselves. I mean, they do the demonstration on social media, and customer love it, buy it.
Very good, very good. Love that. And the fact that you really show people how they can save money.
Yes.
By making this, long-term investment and good quality pots that will last them for, years and years, Yes. I would love to know from each of you, because you all focus in different areas. And I believe when it comes to meeting a potential customer's needs, you have to go through a series of qualifying questions to help them understand how you can maybe assist them. So do you mind sharing some of the qualifying questions that you ask your potential customers that will maybe help and be of benefit to those who are listening in and maybe be inspired to focus on their artistry or focus on Nutrilite or even focus on iCook and Eastspring more? So some questions that they can pose to people, prospective customers, that will help them with their sales process. And Yenti, if I may start with yourself.
Right. Well, remembering the latest story is that I met a lady in a store, and she was doing shelving, arranging the shelf. And of course, I go forward and said hello. And I noticed that her skin wasn't great. And you will find that if you pay a compliment of any sort first as an icebreaker, that's how it works. You connect with the person, and I said, wow, you are so hardworking. Look at you. I hope they are paying you a lot for this. And not many people actually make this kind of comment to anyone. And she looked up, and we chatted a little bit, just on anything, the flowers that she was putting together. So a compliment to catch their attention, because everybody loves a compliment. And then chatted on finding out what they do. So it's like prospecting a person for anything. And talking about artistry is just whatever comes through from what they want from the question. So my question with this person, which was a very successful artistry customer, is that after chatting, I said, so do you do this work full-time? And she said, yeah, no, actually, I go to university. I said, well, what do you do at university? And so on. And then because I so interested in what she was doing, she turned around and asked me, what do you do? I said, what do I do? Well, I am a health and beauty consultant. Why did I say that? Because I wear a lot of hats. If you like cooking, I'm good at I cook. I am a chef. When you have problems with your health, I am a in nutrition. But if you got problem with your skin that I can see, I say I'm a health and beauty therapist or consultant. And she said, oh, really? I said, yes. Have you got a card? I said, sure. Why? I know why, but I want her to tell me. So she said, oh, if only you can help me with my skin. I said, what's happened to your skin? And then she started telling me. And I said, well, I'm sure we can help you. So would you like my card, or would you like me to call you, or would you like to call me? She says, I'll call you. So my point of view is that if I leave you with a card and you said you want to call me, if you do call me, then you're a genuine interest. You have genuine interest. So she called me, and she bought the Hydro-V set on the first instance, and so on. So the connection has to be, you find what they want by asking, really, but not directly, because girls especially don't like to be highlighted that my skin is ugly. Yeah?
Even men.
So even men, I focus on paying the compliment that is real, sincere. And then the other lady, I said, wow, I love your eye makeup. Are you a makeup artist? She said, I wish. So she said, I wish. So I said, really? She said, yes. Wow, that's very much coincidence. I train makeup artists. She said, I'd love to know you. That's how I got my contact for artistry.
I just have to say, Yenti, some great tips there, and I hope you've all, and if you get a chance, listen back to this video, because one thing I heard from listening to you was that the first thing you do is you pay a compliment, and then you give the person the opportunity to ask you what you do before you go in and tell them what you do. And then secondly, you then ask them why they want to know, or why they want your card, so that they can be forthcoming in telling you why they feel you can be of assistance to them. And I think that is a great way to just start any conversation where you can offer value to somebody. without forcing it upon them. So great tips there. And we're so delighted that you're here to share that value with people. And Abigail, if I may ask you the same question, because I know with nutrition and so forth, closing that gap, what qualifying questions do you ask people when consulting with them about improving their nutritional intake and their health and well-being? I mean, what type of qualifying questions do you find are helpful?
It's always asking them if they are meeting the 5 a day. That makes it so easy because we know they are not. And they'll tell you, I eat 5 oranges, I eat 5 bananas. But then it's 5 different colors, it's 5 different fruits, that you need to eat, not only one particular fruit and veg that you need. So from there, and most of the times, when I was still working as a nurse then, because of the energy levels, we do long shifts. Most of my colleagues, they're already tired, halfway the day, and I'm still going, I've got more energy. So from there, I got clients because they go, how are you keeping your energy levels? Then I talk about what I'm using. Or then I book an appointment with them. Do you really want to know? Are you serious or are you just curious? And they want to know what I'm using, and then we can make an appointment and we show them what we are using. And most of the cases was double X. I didn't join the business for products. I joined the business because I wanted to earn extra income. But in that, we find that we had great products, which I started using because my upline said use double X. And I could feel the energy levels. And from there, my colleagues saw the energy levels going high. I'm not tired, 3 shifts or 5 nights, long stretch without feeling tired. They were all interested. In most cases, most of my consultants, the doctors I worked with, they were so amazed because they also do their own on-calls and they come tired. Another one was the eye bags.
Bags under the eyes.
Under the eyes, And they're like, how do you do it? You're always fresh. And I'm like, double X. Neutralite. It makes a difference. And then from there, they want to know. And then we can make an appointment and we show the product.
Fantastic. Great tips there. Again. From what I gathered, you ask people what they do professionally as well to see what their lifestyle is like. You mentioned nurses working long shifts because that's going to have an impact on their eating habits. So I'm sure you go into that question asking about their eating habits and so forth.
Yes, because I was there as well. I was where they are.
Yes.
Or I was with them, and we could know because of we are always warming up food. At work, we always use microwave. We warm the food. In that, we are destroying all the nutrients. So we know the food that we are eating, the nutrients is now low because we've warmed it with microwave, no? So it's easy to talk about nutrition value in our food and having something to supplement with.
Yes.
Even we are supplementing what is not in this food that we've warmed up. So it becomes so easy to talk because they are agreeing with you already that yes, my nutrition have just disappeared as I've microwaved my food. And we have to microwave at work. There's no other way you can warm up your food. So we all know we are all nutrition deficiencies. So therefore we bring a solution.
Yes.
And from there, my personal sales in nutrition, Nutrient goes high. So for me, I had to focus on something that was already helping me and my clients and my colleagues. So I had to learn more about Double X, about Cow Renberg, about Nutrient Farms. And from there, I could see, wow, we've got a great solution for us, for the next generation, because the deficiencies in the microwave heating food is just destroying all the nutrients.
All the nutrients. And that brings me on to yourself, Jason, because, you do love the I cook, but from your point of view, when you're consulting your potential customers, and I know you do a lot of business online, do you have a series of questions that you ask prospective customers beforehand to let them know where you can help bridge their gap?
I think I'm quite reserved. I'm a reserved type of person, so I don't talk to people a lot. That's the reason why I build business online, and obviously it's quite suitable for my personality, correct? My personal situations. So when I post pictures on social media, what I did, videos and pictures online, I actually don't qualify people. People will show them up by like my video or the picture, and then I start to chat with them, and they were asking questions. They ask me questions: how your pot's doing, how your East Spring water treatment doing, what kind of things that you can use to cook. So I always qualify. In terms of qualify means I will talk to them directly in terms what type of system you are looking for cooking. I mean, for example, you steam your food more, or you fry your food more. I mean, in terms of the pattern, the lifestyle pattern. And by qualifying them, they answer you back. Then I know pretty much which set of system I will recommend to them, and the rest of the question will be, when, how you finance it, and when would you like to, place an order, and those kind of leading question. I mean, I always lead them to make the decision, because most people, they don't make decisions when you talk loads of information on social media, but then they don't know how to make decisions. So my job here is to lead them to make a decision to start using our system. So that's the workflow that I actually do. I don't actually qualify people, talk to people a lot, because I don't talk to people a lot. So that's my pattern. Yeah.
But it's I mean, it's a great advice again for people who are listening, which is you promote and market what you have on offer, and then more importantly, you give them value as to what will help them from what you're marketing. But then following on from that, you ask them a series of questions such as, how would you like to pay? When do you think you'll be ready to pay for it? Great questions. Are there any other questions I can answer for you? I'm sure you take them that way so that you can, help them make that decision. And I think that's what it's about. And I think that's what definitely does help in that customer selling situation. So my final question, because we're running out of time, believe it or not, and I would love to have you back. I'm sure there's everybody listening screaming at the screen saying, please have them back. My final question is just for yourself, Yenti, because we just came from our artistry studio event, the Tokyo launch. Why are you excited about this particular product range?
I'm excited about it not because I do a lot of cosmetics, but I could see the future in it because the young people are very interested in trends. I am very reserved, but it's really not just for me. I'm excited because I can see the forward thinking of the business, and I personally don't like much change. I wear the same thing, all the time because I like it. But I wear the same lipstick, but I don't anymore because of Tokyo, Bangkok, and Paris. So I change all the time because I like to go with the business, because that's what give me the income, and that's the motivation. But I'm excited about it because it's really a great product for the younger generation, and therefore when we have that kind of products, we will attract younger people into the business, so they can make money, they are excited, and therefore the whole business will grow. So the future of the Amway business is in the hands of the young people.
Well said. And you can hear the leadership that's coming through here. A tremendous panel. Thank you so much, Jason. Thank you, Abigail. Thank you, Yenti.
Thank you.
And just to give you an opportunity, those of you who really like the artistry range, the Artistry Tokyo that we just recently launched, I would now like to just show you into a video which will give you some demo tips, how to create different looks using the tremendous artistry range which we've just launched. So do enjoy that video while I continue to enjoy the evening with these three wonderful leaders here. And we look forward to seeing you next month on the next Facebook Live here with Amway. So bye for now. Bye-bye.
Bye-bye.